They say in Yoruba land, when a king bends to pick a flower, kingdoms tremble because affection is more dangerous than war. Tonight, my people, the wind from Ileife carries a shocking rumor wrapped in gold, sealed in destiny. Right now, Ooni Of Ife has allegedly gifted Queen Naomi a 2025 AMG GLE 63 Formatic Mercedes-Benz, and they said it is worth thousands of dollars, all to mark their successful reunion and completion of the sacred Faraday ritual. I'm sure a lot of you remember that Faraday ritual that was peacefully and successfully, concluded on the 29th of last month, and all the other issues that followed it. But wait, that is not even the gist for today. The smell of burning envy is already floating from the palace corridors. Tears are rumored. Hearts are allegedly cracking right now. And gospel, yes, you heard me well. Gospel, you remember that name, right? This time is not just about ebony. They said gospel is the one cracking right now. Palace whispers claim she is inconsolable at the moment. Of course, she's now the assistant Ebony. You know, Ebony is that one woman that takes everything almost too personal. So it's looking like Gospel is now the assistant Ebony in this whole taking things personal stuff. Always taking things too personal, like Ebony herself. Because in life, when the lion roars, who can pretend not to hear? Really, who can pretend? Stay with me. This story is not for the faint-hearted, I tell you. This is love, power, politics, and prophecy colliding in real time. Okay? So in the ancient kingdom, where beads breathe history and footsteps echo royalty, our dear Kabiyesi has once again reminded the world, that kings do not merely love. They pronounce love. Okay? And when a Yoruba king pronounces love, it takes the shape of land, gold, honor, but in this case, a glistering 2025 AMG GLE 63 Formatic Mercedes-Benz, a machine of prestige, a carriage of monarchs, a reward reserved for royalty that he so cherishes. When he came, when he come, when most of us come out here, and we tell you this, the little we know, the little we're able to gather or glean from the palace grapevine, okay? And maybe it's a palace insiders gist. When we bring them here, some of you, we always question us and say we are lying until certain actions take place. Did you guys see that viral video of Ooni Of Ife and Tadenikawo and Queen Naomi, who was at the background? If you did, I tell you, if not that video went out, and a lot of people saw it, if we had brought that story to tell you Queen Naomi and Ooni Of Ife had that kind of convivial conversation, I know some of you would have believed it. But thank God that video came out. Okay? So would you have believed what transpired if some of us had even told you, and maybe you didn't watch this video? You wouldn't believe it. So sometimes when we bring this news out here, it is usually based on what we have curated from the palace insiders, from the social media, okay? And some of these things, it takes a lot of effort to get them out there, okay? We don't just wake up and just, feel like we should just begin to tell lies. We don't do that. There's always a foundation to every story we bring to our platform. So now palace insiders whisper that this is not merely a car. It is a statement, a symbolic crown, on wheels, announcing Queen Naomi's return, not just as the mother of his heir, but as the woman engraved in his heart. And he had to do this before the palace begins the 10th coronation anniversary celebration, which by the time you are watching this will have since commenced. So this is wishing the great Arule Oduduwa, and the palace of Ile-Ife a wonderful anniversary celebration. May he continue to reign peacefully and gracefully. Amen. So now let us not pretend. The Ooni of Ife is not a man who loves quietly. He puts his money where his spirit rests. History has recorded this pattern, not once, not twice, on multiple occasions. He has always done this through, showering of jewels, homes, honors. He has gifted Naomi before. A lot of things that time will not even allow me to begin to count here. And now, after offering the ritual of cleansing, reconciliation, and cosmic alignment, he has sealed the journey with a priceless present of that Mercedes vehicle. Why? Because kings understand compensation. Royal men repay patience, and Queen Naomi's patience has filled rivers. Yes. So the palace sources say the gift carries meaning. And some of the meaning of that gift symbolically is number one, reward for endurance. Number two, appreciation for bearing and nurturing Tadenikau to the great young man he is today. Number three, public affirmation. Ooni of Ife is trying to say, she is still my jewel of inestimable quality. Okay? Then the fourth one is signal of bigger things coming. Okay? This is how the palace insiders, look at this whole gift. Meanwhile, not every heart is dancing. Not every heart is happy in the palace. And this is expected, my people. Whispers from Ile-Ife, suggest that gospel. Yes, the gospel that you know. They said her heart is bleeding with envy right now. Palace walls allegedly tremble at her tears. Some say she muttered, how did it come to this? Imagine the kind of talk. Is it your money Ooni of Ife is using to buy these things? Look at the statement. How did it come to this? If not for, is it devil, I'll call it now, if not for the issues that came up that even made Queen Naomi to leave the palace, are we going to be here talking like this? We will not be here talking all this. Okay? So others say the jealousy is loud, like very, very loud. Why must Queen Naomi shine this much? Why must the lion roar for one woman while others wait in silence? Well, if you ask me, now who I go ask? Okay? Ooni of Ife knows what he's doing, and because nobody can tell him what to do. He's the Arole Oduduwa himself, the spiritual leader of the Yoruba race. He knows what he does, and he does what he wants to do. But palace politics is not for the weak, I tell you. So that is why when these women were coming in the first place, I knew that a time is going to come when things were going to go very, very funny. And I think we're already in that period. Okay? Because like I said in one of my previous reports, when Queen Naomi left, because of the strange manner of her living, okay, and what it cost the palace at that time, they had to quickly bring in these people for access, okay, because it is forbidden for there to be a vacuum in the palace. So that was what happened, okay, because when Queen Naomi smiles, some hearts ache, not because she's wrong, but because grace can be insulting to those who expected to be chosen. So this gift, for me, is more than a car, and it has become an earthquake, or rather it is causing an earthquake in the palace. Wives are repositioning, allies are adjusting their loyalty, palace officials are learning to be silent, and gospel allegedly is highly embittered and is rumored to be questioning everything at this moment. Same with Ebony. Okay, I told you this to people. They'll be like, when it comes to their mannerism, okay, and some of their antecedents, you will see they resemble. They always like to claim one way or the other, okay? So, and now people are asking, is gospel's world collapsing? Did she miscalculate destiny for her to be reasoning like that and getting so embittered? Why is Naomi the one walking in an answered prayer she is said to have said? But those who follow Yoruba spirituality know this. Grace is not democratic. It is divine appointment. Even the Ooni of Ife seems to understand this. Some bonds cannot be broken, only reaffirmed. And if the rumors are really true, more surprises are definitely coming our way soon. Because Ooni of Ife, they say, is planning compensation, not just for Queen Naomi's return, but for her scars. Don't forget that she has carried many scars for the Ooni of Ife. Perhaps estates, perhaps titles, maybe something bigger, something that will rewrite royal history. Okay? Because one truth stands out. In Ile-Ife today, happiness sits on Queen Naomi's lap, gidigba, and tears sits on gospel's pillow right now. And whether Palace denies or confirms this tale, one lesson remains universal right now. Okay? When a king honors a woman publicly, he shifts power dynamics privately. Wives are watching, supporters are whispering, and enemies are regrouping. But as the Yoruba say, the thunder that announces rain is not noise, it is message. Yes, so you heard me well. The AMG, as far as I'm concerned, is that thunder right now. The palace is the sky. Naomi, that is Queen Naomi, is the rain returning to water destiny. Okay? So let me just try to wind up by saying this, my dear listeners. Whether this story is coming as a rumor or revelation, at this point, one thing remains very, very clear. Grace has a way of embarrassing those who wished it dead. And when royalty loves loudly, kingdoms usually tremble. The hand that God lifts, no crowd can push down. Okay? Until the palace speaks on this issue, if at all they want to make this public. So until they speak, we watch, we sip palm wine, and we wait. Because in life, the story is never finished. It's only shift chapters. And I believe more chapters are going to be coming on this very issue. Please, I know that we are still very much in the coronation anniversary celebration. So once again, congratulations to the Ooni of Ife, Queen Naomi and Tadenikau. Okay, please, what do you feel about this story? Feel free to go to the comment section and leave your thoughts right there. And hopefully, your sincerely will meet you right there to take this conversation much more further. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the coronation that is still ongoing. Thank you. Bye-bye.